What if I told you that the secret to a world-famous recipe wasn't some hidden spice, but a whole philosophy? Well, today we're diving into the story of Tandoori Matka Maggi, and it's a tale that's got everything. Big city dreams clashing with small village wisdom, and a son's desperate search for a secret that, turns out, was hiding in plain sight the entire time.
This quote just sums up the whole conflict so beautifully, right? On one side, you have the father's world, which is all about hard work, patience, and the aroma of the soil. And on the other, you've got the son just running for the city. It almost feels like a prophecy, you know? It's like it's hinting that a big fall is coming and that the village holds some kind of truth that he just doesn't get yet.
Okay, so let's start at the very beginning. Let's talk about the man who started it all and the incredible legacy he built, one earthen pot at a time.
Okay, get this. For 25 years, Ramlal was an absolute constant. It didn't matter what was going on, he was always there at his stall for his customers. In his village of Dolpur, his Tandoori Matka Maggi wasn't just, a business. It was basically a landmark, a true symbol of pure, unwavering dedication.
So, you see, for Ramlal, the real secret wasn't actually in the spices. Not at all. It was his whole philosophy. It was about the hard work, waking up before the sun comes up. It was about the patience of getting the cooking just right. And at the end of the day, it was all about the hope of passing this entire legacy down to his son Arjun. But then you have Arjun. He's the son, he's been educated in the city, and, well, he has a very different dream. And when he comes back home, you just know these two worlds are about to collide. Big time. And you can see that divide so clearly right here. Ramnal's dream for his son? It's simple. Carry on the family business, create jobs for people in the village, be your own boss. But Arjun's dream? It's the complete opposite. A big corporate job, a huge salary, and basically escaping what he calls the imaginary world of the village. Their ideas of what success even is are just worlds apart. And wow, there it is, right from Arjun himself. That's a total rejection of his father's entire life's work. For Arjun, going back to sell Maggi feels like taking a huge step backward. He genuinely can't see the amazing foundation his father has already built for him. So Arjun leaves for the city. He ignores his parents, ignores everyone. But as he's leaving, a wise village elder, Thiru Kaka, says something that just kind of hangs in the air, The day he suffers a great fall, he will remember this village. It's like the lessons Arjun refuses to learn from his dad, well, life itself is about to teach them to him the hard way. All right, so Arjun gets his wish. He's off to the city, ready to build his dream life. But just like Thiru Kaka predicted, that dream, it starts to crumble, and fast. And just look at how fast it all falls apart. We're talking about 5 years. That's it. His whole life that he built just vanishes. First, he gets the great job, he marries his coworker Kahaniya, things are looking good, but then, bam, 3 years in, the company goes bankrupt. A year later, all their savings are gone and creditors are calling, and then in year 5, he gets the most devastating call of all. His father has passed away.
So Arjun finally comes home. But he's not the shining success story he always imagined he'd be. Nope, he comes back completely defeated, buried in debt, and just heartbroken. He's forced to face the very world he ran away from, and at the absolute worst moment possible. So he's back in the village, he has absolutely nothing left. And his wife, Kahaniya, she encourages him to try and pick up the one thing he totally abandoned, his father's legacy. But as you can probably guess, it's not that simple. So Arjun and Kahaniya, they try to reopen the stall. And what do? They look up recipes online, and the reaction from the customers is just brutal. These villagers knew Ramlal's cooking inside and out, and this was not it. It's Arjun's first really big lesson. You can't just Google a legacy. And then, right when things seem completely hopeless, this huge, potentially life-changing opportunity just drops into his lap. A hotel chain owner wants to partner with him. He wants to take the famous Matka Maggi to a massive new audience. But there's one condition, just one little catch. It has to taste exactly like his father's. And it doesn't. So just like that, the deal is off. So this becomes the absolute burning question, right? What was Ramlal's secret ingredient? What was he doing that was so different? Was it some kind of secret spice blend, a hidden cooking technique? Arjun is just desperate to find the one answer that can save his entire future.
He asks his mom. He asks everyone in the village. Nobody knows. No one has the answer. And just as he's about to give up all hope, a memory sparks. Dhiru Kaka, the very same elder who warned him all those years ago. He remembers. Dhiru Kaka was his dad's first customer every single morning at 5 a.m. If anyone knows the secret, it's gotta be him. And this is the moment where everything shifts. Arjun's search for a simple recipe suddenly becomes this incredibly profound lesson about what his father was trying to teach him all along. So he finds the Kaka, and he gets the truth. The secret ingredient, it wasn't an ingredient. It was his father's intention. As Kaka says, he cooked with a true heart. Can you believe it? All this time, Arjun was so obsessed with the what, he completely missed the how, and more importantly, the why. And it turns out, the real recipe is actually a philosophy. It's about cooking with a true heart. It's about understanding the warmth of the fire, making sure it isn't too harsh, letting the earthen pot breathe instead of stirring it all the time. It's about having patience in every single spoonful and mindfulness in every moment. This is what his father was trying to show him all those years ago in the quiet of the early mornings. And you know what? Once Arjun finally understands this, everything changes. Everything clicks into place. He masters the true flavor, he lands that hotel partnership, he pays off every single one of his debts. And then, and this is the best part, in this beautiful full circle moment, he starts creating jobs for people in his own village. He fulfills the very dream he used to make fun of. It's just such a powerful lesson, isn't it? It makes you realize that a recipe or a business or really any craft, it's never just about the list of steps on a piece of paper. It's the sum of all the experience, the patience, the memories, and most of all, the heart that you pour into it. So in the end, Arjun finally understood what legacy really means. His father wasn't just trying to leave him a noodle stall. He was trying to leave him a set of values, a work ethic, a whole way of living with principle. That was the real inheritance. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? We're all so focused on looking forward, searching for the next big thing, the newest trick. But what if the most important secret ingredient for our own success isn't new at all? What if it's a piece of wisdom or a core value or a simple lesson from a generation that came before us, just waiting for us to rediscover it?
Twinkle, twinkle, splash, night. Flap, flap, a wave rider. Woo! Shake that splash!